our second project is more of the same. This again is a chicken water. This is much larger than the original one that we were working with, so I can put more in here. And I usually put this down on the ground. I've had it out by the swing, over by the chicken coop. I think it's just really cool. It's kind of dirty right now. But this is something that was gonna go in the garbage. And I wanna save anything I can from the garbage and reuse it. I love that it has an old look. It's a little rusted here and there. It's a little bent up. More the better. So this time we are gonna add a different kind of flower. This one's called a gazania. I love the yellow blooms, and it's gonna be kind of a low rising plant. I also have some variegated ivy, which gives it a little bit of a different color and texture. This has long tendrils, which is gonna work for this particular water because it's taller, it's wider, and it does have a well down here. Now, one thing I didn't mention in the other one is, see down here, this is the well that held the water. And we don't want it to hold water now because that's gonna grow mosquitoes and bugs and get kind of yucky. So I drilled holes in here around the bottom so that it wouldn't hold water. Now the water, if it gets too much water, is still gonna come out the spout, the original purpose of the water, but we don't want it to hold water here for bugs and it gets dirty and yucky. So I went ahead and drilled the holes so that water will drain out and keep it clean. All right, now I did have soil in here again. I added a little bit potting soil to amend it, and that's what we're gonna add, is just straight out of a bag that I had of potting soil. And then I will add fertilizer to that afterward. So we also are gonna add a tomato. Now, this again could be tricky, but we're gonna give it a try. It's got different textures and layers that are gonna be beautiful on this one section of the back porch that gets a lot of sun. I've had success with tomatoes there before. We're gonna see if it can grow in companion with a couple other plants. So I'm gonna start with this gazania. I hope that's how you're saying it. And I'm gonna break up the bottom a little bit, let those roots breathe, and stick it down in here. And then we have the variegated ivy, which I love ivy. I use it all around for different things. It makes a great quick cover. I'm gonna break up this. I had it in a container on the porch. So it's been in its container for a while. It's ready to come out and breathe and let its roots grow. All right, so far that's looking good. Now I'm giving the whole back end here to our tomato. And actually what I do is, if they've come in these peat pots, I literally just tear open the bottom, take the plastic off, and set it down in there just to give it a little bit more protection. It's gonna be open on the bottom for the roots to spread out and grow, but it might help with any kind of bug situation that we have. Now I know this pot has earthworms in it because I saw them when I was digging around in it last night to prepare the pot. So this is ready to go. I am gonna fill in the spaces with the rest of the potting soil. And we will be ready with another landscape and vegetable combination. So all throughout the summer, our goal would be to have beautiful blooms and beautiful vegetables for our table. That's called farm to table, right? Back porch to table? Okay. Again, this has a handle, if you can see that. It had a handle where you could fill the water. And I love it because now it's a handle I can move it around in the garden if I need to. All right. Now again, my mulch is moss. It's free for the taking. I just go out in the yard and pick it up. Sometimes it has branches stuck in it, so I have to get those out. And I can pretty much shape it how I want it. If I want more or less, if I want some hanging down for effect, I can do that. Protection of the plants. And it's worked well for me for years. And again, it gives a nice texture. to whatever you're working with. And when it dies, I just add more on top. And eventually it's going to break down into that soil. Be a nice aeration in that soil as well. I want to leave room for me to water in there and not smother. So I'm going to hang some down for effect over on this side because we've got the ivy over here. So we'll hang down some moss on this side to give it a pretty natural effect. And I still got to clean this out a little bit. You could also put some nice pebbles or rocks. You could put some glass beads in here if you're using it in a location that people are going to see it and you want to add a little extra bling to your plants. You could do that. There's a lot of things you could put down in here in this well to make it even pop and look more beautiful. So we're going to give this some water. I've got the perfect spot for it on the back porch, and we'll continue to watch it grow.